On the outside of the home, the first thing we think about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to hire an electrician. There's gonna be tons of wiring that's required, right? We have a great and easy solution for you that doesn't require any wiring, that doesn't require you to hire an electrician, but has become a huge customer pick. Have you guys heard of the Mr. Beam's wireless networked security lights? Well, they're all the rage. I mean, if you look on the internet and everywhere, everybody's talking about them. They're an incredible customer pick with us here at HSN. As a matter of fact, if you own them and love them, I want you to give us a call. Today, we're gonna be offering to you a 2-pack, and you're gonna love the simplicity of how they work, and you can have them all around your home. We've got 3 different colors. I'd love to show them to you early on, and your choices are going to be the 2-pack of the black, the 2-pack of the dark brown. It's almost hard to distinguish it, but these are the black, and this is the dark, dark brown. And then we have the 2-pack of the white. They're on sale this weekend. They are $59.95, price break mean sale. We love that. And it's on 3 credit card payments of $19.98. And one of my really, really great guests, Matt Davis, is joining us. Matt happens to be one of our home solution experts, and it's nice to have you here.
Hey, Marlo, great to be here. I love being here with Mr. Beams.
I do too. I don't know if I've mentioned to you, I think it was my producer, Pat, I was telling, I actually have purchased the Mr. Beams. Yeah. I think a lot of people have.
My friend Julie Truster, coming up and later in the hour, has Mr. Beams at her house.
Well, there you go. It's a customer pick, and if you don't own them, you should buy them at our show. Why do you think they're so popular? I mean, outside of the fact, no wiring, no electrician,
That's a big
right?
part of it. I mean, really, it boils down to there's a problem that we all have. We all know that there's spots outside of the house where you need a little bit of light, whether it's just for security or just to be able to see what's going on out in the backyard. Well, in the past, you'd have to get those lights, you have to get an electrician, you'd have to have it wired, and it costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But now the folks at Mr. Beams they have taken it to the next level. What you're seeing is a 2-pack of Mr. Beams, super bright LED motion activated lights. And I want to show you what that means. First of all, you see the motion activation dome right there. This single LED is super, super bright, 200 lumens on one LED bulb. Never have to replace the bulb. But here's the beauty. What's missing? There's no wires. It's battery operated, battery powered, 3 D-cell batteries. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, wait a minute. D-cell batteries, I'm gonna have to replace those every month or so. No, no, no. Mr. Beams has really come up with a solution. 1 set of batteries, up to 1 year on average use. And here's what really puts it over the top. When Mr. Beams, these are the networked Mr. Beams. There's all kinds of Mr. Beams, but these are the ones that are networked. And what that means is, when this light sees some motion within 20 or 30 feet in the backyard, in the front yard, in the side yard, it goes off and lights up that area, but it doesn't stop there. It sends out an alert signal to all the other Mr. Beams. Did you see it?
Yes.
You see all the lights go off at once. It sets up a perimeter all around your house. So, like, take a look. I don't know if we can see. That's a perfect shot. Stay right there, guys. You can see we got all of our Mr. Beams here. Now, these are all on one set. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my Mr. Beams and I'm gonna try to fool it. I'm gonna put it face down. Did you see all these Mr. Beams come on?
Yes.
Well, you know why?
Woo.
Because one of these saw a little motion, they saw that it was dark out, and boom, they all turned on at once.
And did you notice how bright those lights are?
Crazy
I don't know if we
bright.
can get another shot of, they're really bright. And that's what you want, right? Whether there's an animal or whether there's someone kind of creeping around and lurking around at night. I mean, seriously, you want to light up your home like a Christmas tree.
Absolutely.
Whether you're traveling or you're at home, and that motion activated, which will turn them all on. Now, the big question is, how many lights can we have on the network?
That's absolutely. You can put up to 50 lights on each individual network, and then there's 4 networks with each one of the lights. So you could have a network of lights in the backyard, a network of lights in the side yard on different channels, so that when your backyard lights up, your side yard can light up separately if it's a deer in the backyard. But let's face it, we're also talking about security. If there's somebody creeping around in the backyard and it goes by one of the lights, they're gonna set off that light. They're gonna see that light go off, but it doesn't stop there. It sends a radio signal to all the other lights in the backyard, and it lights up the entire yard. And you're doing all of this with technology unlike any other lights out in the market. This is what makes Mr. Beam totally unique. You don't have to worry about wires. You don't have to worry about an electrician. You don't have to worry about those expensive service calls to come out and change the bulbs.
Yes.
Look at this video. This says it the best. When you pull up in the front yard and you have your Mr. Beams, boom, all the lights come on. It welcomes you home. It gives you that sense of security. The backyard, look at that. They've got Mr. Beams mounted to trees. They've got it to the deck. They've got it to the fence.
That's awesome.
You can put them, you don't need this. You know, I went and I bought this. This is my friend Pat Wall, the producer. I'm not going to call him by name because I don't want people to know. But he told me that these look like what's in the prison yard. I'm not sure how he knows that. But these are motion activated lights, the old fashioned. But these are not very attractive, I'll tell you that. But take a look. Mr. Beams is so much easier because these, you have to wire them. You have to get the electrician out. You have to have him put this wire up in your attic. And they got to bring their tools and they got to bring a switch and they got to deal with all this.
And they're going to leave you with a nice invoice.
Yeah, and then you've only got one light. But here, at the end of the day, you're getting all the lights that you need just with Mr. Beams. Easy peasy.
Well, here's what I'd love for you to do. If you want to get in on the weekend special, I'd love that we have all 3 finishes available for you. So I'd like to walk you through that for a moment and remind everybody that you're getting the set of 2. These are all available on FlexPay. If you'd like to have more than one set, maybe you'd like to put one on each corner of your home, you can certainly do that. Clearly in the front, you have your set of 2 in the white. This is the dark brown, which is the most limited. Believe it or not, the dark brown is the most limited choice. And then we have the option for you in the black. The fact that this is a customer pick, I think, is a big, big deal, because if these weren't everything that we say that they are, then it wouldn't matter at the end of the day. But proven product, one that's gonna save you money, one that will instantly give you that great gratification and satisfaction that even when you're not at home, that if someone should venture in your yard or come near your home or to an area, that those lights it's gonna light up like a Christmas tree. And you know what, that happens, especially if there's someone who shouldn't be near your home, or even if it's an animal, it will hopefully frighten them away or deter
Safety and security,
them.
Absolutely.
You know?
These
and that's
guys
want
to sneak around. They want to be unseen. They do not want to be seen. We're going to drop our lights and I want to show you. We've got some Mr. Beams set up here in the back. But think about it. It's the middle of the night wherever you are and it's dark outside and you don't know you don't know what's going on in your backyard, because when you have lights on inside, Marlo, you can't see what's going on in the backyard.
Right, you're inside, you're watching television.
Yeah, you feel like you're in a kind of a fishbowl. So we got to drop the lights all the way, guys. And we have some lights set up back here. Yep, we're getting there. But watch, I'm going to walk back here, and as soon as I walk back here,
and we still have a few lights on,
the lights, we still have a few. Look at this. Did you?
Wow.
Did you see that? Look at that.
You and I use the same word. We both said, wow.
Holy cow, look at this.
I'm stunned right now just how bright. I love how bright they are, don't you? Like, I mean, you can have really soft light or you can have that bright light. These are bright, they're almost shocking lights, but that's what you want, by the way.
That's right, and by the way, you see these on a stairway? Think about on your porch or your patio outside. Think about in your basement. You can use these indoors, outdoors. They're motion activated. They're gonna stay on for about 20 or 30 seconds, and then they're automatically gonna shut off. And again, with one set of batteries, you're talking about you're gonna have all that light right where you need it for up to 1 year on one set of batteries. And that's why Mr. Beams is really remarkable. And again, remember, all I had to do was set off one light. I could have a light on the other side of the studio and it's tuned to the same channel. When one light goes off, they all go off. And that's what makes Mr. Beams special.
I want to hear your phone calls. Our testimonial talk line is open right now. White is the #1 bestseller. We're selling more of the set of 2 in the white than the dark brown or the black. We don't have a lot of them. I was asking Matt, because Matt is one of my favorite people to work with here at HSN.
I pay her extra for that.
No, not really. You really are a lot of fun to work with. But this is a product, I actually purchased it. I was telling my producer, Pat, for a condo that I have. And it's so important, going up to the condo, it's so dark. I mean, they have lights, near the off-street parking, but going up, to my doorway, it's so dark. So I needed to be able to have that light just kind of automatically come on. And we all know, women as well, right? We're vulnerable. Sometimes you can't even find your keys, especially if it's in the bottom of your handbag. So the idea that whenever motion is detected, that light automatically comes on. And the truth is, look, I have a cousin that's an electrician. We love electricians, but they make good money, which means we've got to pay.
We pay good money. Yeah.
We pay, and there are some times where we want to be able to do it ourselves. We don't want, maybe you're renting, maybe you're leasing.
Absolutely.
You don't want the wiring, or you don't want the expense. This is 1, 2, 3. It's done. For those of you that are curious about whether or not it's weatherproof, well, there's your answer.
That's right.
There's your answer.
Year round.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep working for.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, this is why people keep coming back for more.
I think
Get your
so,
first
too.
set, but I'll tell you, when you get your first set, you're gonna fall in love. You're gonna fall in love with these. You get these home, and again, it's for the side yard, the backyard. If you have a boat dock, if you have a separate garage where there's no electricity to that garage, and you'd have to pay to have it wired.
What about a privacy fence?
Amazing. You can put these to the fences, and they're easily mountable here. And by the way, I hardly ever get a chance to show this, but they're completely adjustable, by the way. Look at this. So you can bolt this to the wall, or to a tree, or to a dock, or to a fence, or to any material around the house. Then you can point it exactly where you want. You want to point it at the garbage cans, you can do that. And then all you have to do is tighten this. Then when the time comes in 1 year, if you want to change the batteries, all you do is you pop that out, pop 3 D-cell batteries in, and you're good to go for another year. Remember, these are the Mr. Beam's NetBright. There are lots of Mr. Beams out there, but these are the only ones that talk to each other. That is a real revolution in lighting.
And why not buy the most advanced, right?
Yep, this is top of the line.
Yeah, you want to buy the top of the line, and especially when you can capitalize on our buying power here at HSN. We're in over 90 million homes, so we're able to buy in such large quantities that we can pass on those savings to you. Plus, we have the convenience of the FlexPay, which is really wonderful. I know you love this idea, whether you own it, maybe you have a boat home, or maybe you have an RV, or whether you're going camping. I mean, look,
you can take them with you.
They can stand up on their own.
These are emergency lights.
I mean, I would take, if you're camping, glamping, whatever it is that you're doing for your tailgating, but look at how it will just light up the entire outside of your home. I mean, it's phenomenal when you think about this type of technology and how well they work. So if you're not close to your television, I want you to look right now, because we're going to demonstrate this once again. Okay?
I want to show you again. Now, you can see my hand over here. Now what? Leave that long shot, guys. This is great. Now watch. As soon as one got moved, it happened so fast. As soon as one got moved, they dropped the lights, and all the lights came on. They're only going to come on when they see motion, so the lights come on. This one comes on, and they all come on, because these are all set to the same frequency. There's a little setting on the inside that you can set them, and you can have different zones. If you want to have these 2 for your side yard, you can do that. You can have these 2 for your front yard, for your mailbox. For the backyard, you can set up 2, 3, 4. You can set up to 50 on a single channel, so that when
That's a lot of lights.
I love it. My mother-in-law lives alone, Marlo, and when she comes home, she loves to have her Mr. Beams. They welcome her home. She pulls into the driveway, and it lights up the front of the house. It's like you had somebody there to flip the switch on and say, welcome home. For safety and security, you know, we don't like to talk about it, not trying to be fearful, but think about all the things that you hear about. What is it that's going to keep and deter people from creeping around outside? It's all about the light.
No, it's all about lights. By the way, hsn.com is going to be the way to go. Buy these. I really believe in this product personally. I do. I love the idea, like I said. I love that there's no wiring, that you don't have to hire an electrician, and that it's very little maintenance. You'll have to change out the batteries 1 time a year.
That's easy.
And it's just D batteries. And the installation is something that you can do, or you can get somebody to just kind of install them very easily. And the variety of places that you can put them, whether it's on a tree, on a privacy fence, or you can just stand them up and kind of take them with you on the go.
That's how I do it. I do that on my porch. We moved from our big house. We sold the big house. The kids moved out. Hallelujah. And I miss them very much. But we moved to the small condo, Marlo, and I took my Mr. Beams with me. We have a little patio, little screen door patio on the front, and I took my Mr. Beams. I put one. I pointed it right at that front door. Anybody that walks in at night, they're going to set this Mr. Beams off, and it's going to send a wireless signal to the other Mr. Beams in that front area, and the entire area is going to light up. They're not going to be, oh, there's a light, so I'm just going to run over here. Well, guess what? You can't run, you can't hide from Mr. Beams.
No.
This is all about safety and security, and you've got it with this 2-pack. I love it.
I think about many of you who are fortunate enough to have a second home. So, you know, maybe you have a second home, another city or state. If someone should be lurking around the house, those lights pop on like a Christmas tree, and at least it's gonna alert someone, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And hopefully, when those bright lights come on, it will deter that person who shouldn't be lurking around, or that animal that shouldn't be lurking around. So you decide what works well for you, but we're thrilled to be able to offer this to you today at the special savings of $59.95, and of course that flex pay. I want to thank over 400 of you that have ordered. The choice that is most popular happens to be the white. So if you'd love to have the white, I think we have about just a little over 1,000 remaining in the white. That's not a lot of quantity, by the way.
Not for HSN.
So we were able, no, the truth of the matter is the quantities that we have could actually sell in one airing.
Yep.
And I only share that with you because if you are looking to, remember you can have up to 50 of these on the network. If you are looking to get, especially in the white and the dark brown, those two choices, not a lot to go around because these have been the most popular selection. White has been #1, the dark brown has been #2, and then your third option would be the 2-pack of the black. So do place your orders today while they're on sale. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until we restock. They're phenomenal. Yep. You'll be very happy that you purchased them. I really believe that. Love seeing you, Matt.
Thank you, Miss Marlo. Thank you,
Thank
too.
you. Thank you, everyone,
Appreciate
for your phone calls. Please continue to shop. You can always go onto our website at hsn.com, or if you've downloaded our app to your mobile phone or tablet, you can shop that way as well. Coming up next, we're going to be talking Hoover and their #1 best-selling carpet washer. It's lightweight and it's powerful. And then for those high-traffic areas, certainly couldn't think of a better product to share with you. That's going to be coming up next. But first, here's more.